An effort to change how state questions make it on the Oklahoma ballot. Supporters say it will allow for more people from more areas of the state to get involved.
But challengers tell News 4's Spencer Humphrey it would actually take away voices.
Remember when voters in Oklahoma legalized medical marijuana? Or how about when they voted to expand Medicaid benefits for people? Well, you see, those things only ever got on the ballot because there were petitions that got a certain number of signatures to get them there. And now a bill that may very well become law could make that a lot more difficult. To understand why, it helps to know how the initiative petition process works. Say you're tired of new cars having those obnoxiously bright headlights and you want the state to outlaw them. Well, you could petition the state to let voters decide if that should be a law. Right now, your petition needs to get signed by at least 92,263 registered voters to make it on the ballot. You can get those signatures anywhere you want in Oklahoma. Senator David Bullard sees a problem with that.
So right now, in order to get those votes, they only have to go to 2, possibly 3 counties. We have 77 counties statewide. So the system we have now actually allows them to ignore other people in other counties and just stay in 2 counties.
It's why he wrote a bill that would cap how many signatures you can get in each county. You would now only be able to get 10% of your needed signatures from Oklahoma County and another 10% from Tulsa County. As for the other 75 largely rural counties, they would each be capped at contributing no more than 4% of your needed signatures.
We are actually moving out to more counties, getting the signatures of a more diverse population of Oklahomans.
But Amber England, who's led numerous petition efforts the past decade, takes major issue with Bullard's assumption.
It's a lie. It's a lie that we don't go to all 77 counties. Every state question that I've been involved in over the last decade has gotten signatures from all 77 counties.
She says that was especially true in her most recent effort, which successfully got a minimum wage increase on ballots next year.
We trained over 200 people from Broken Bow up to Guymon, all the way up to Bartlesville, down to Altus. All these folks fanned out across the state.
But we crunched the numbers and found even under Bullard's bill, as long as you go to Oklahoma and Tulsa counties, you'd only need to visit as few as 20 other counties to still gather enough signatures to get you to that magic total you need, still leaving out 55 rural counties.
They're also disenfranchising rural voters by saying that only 4% of rural voters can sign a petition in any one given county.
The bill passed the Senate last week right along party lines. But that wasn't before some debate and concerns.
How does this square with the constitutional privilege or constitutional principle of one person, one vote?
You see, under Bullard's bill, not every signature would carry the same weight. For instance, Oklahoma County makes up nearly 20% of the state's population. But if the people there could only contribute 10% of a petition's needed signatures, that effectively cuts their voices in half. But then take, say, Cimarron County. It makes up a tiny fraction of 1% of Oklahoma's population. Under Bullard's bill, every single person there could sign a petition and still not hit the county's cap. We did the math, and it would basically mean a person in Cimarron County's influence on whether something makes it on the ballot would be 96 times greater than someone in Oklahoma counties.
How does that not fly directly in the face of our constitutional right for the people to petition and have their voices heard?
Bullard sticking to his guns in response.
Because we are not allowing them to ignore the voice and the signatures of 97.5% of the other counties within this state.
But if you ask England, she thinks this was never about including more voices.
They just want to control all the process themselves. Special interest groups and powerful politicians and lobbyists are just mad right now. And so they're rewriting the rules to take the freedom for Oklahomans to actually decide issues for themselves.
We've made multiple attempts to talk to the Senate sponsor of the bill, Senator David Bullard, and the House sponsor of the bill, House Speaker Kyle Hilbert, but neither were able to talk to us.